Breaking news is a horrible scene in Burien where a van went speeding, crashing into a Ross store. Several people were rushed to the hospital, at least 3 in critical condition. Some are children. Camera 7's Gary Horker is live at the scene right now. And Gary, you talked to someone who was inside when the van exploded into that store.
We did, and we just heard from Sergeant Ryan Abbott with the King County Sheriff's Department, who gave us a little bit more refined information. But I'm going to get out of the way right now and show you a live look. That is the commercial-looking van. Now, we understand it is not an actual commercial working van. It is registered to a person, but that is the van that crashed through the Ross Dress for Less store here on First Avenue South in Burien at about 9:15. What we just heard from Sergeant Abbott is that van apparently was the getaway, intended to be the getaway vehicle for a shoplifter. There was a woman who shoplifted multiple items, got into that van outside of the store. There was a 39-year-old man behind the wheel of that van. He careened trying to get away off of a parked car and then smashed right through the front of the store, as you can see right there. It went right through the front of the check stand. It sent cashiers flying. It sent people diving for cover everywhere, and multiple people were hit and hurt. At first, we heard there were 10 people hurt. It has been now refined to 6 hospitalized, 3 critical. We understand the youngest of which was a 2-year-old in a stroller that apparently was run over by this van, a 41-year-old woman and another person, unknown age, unknown gender, in critical condition. Now, earlier we talked to people who talked to the people who were inside, who were at the check stand, who ran out of the way. Here's what some of those witnesses had to say just moments ago.
The people up at the cash register and by the front just got plowed over because it just kind of happened really quickly. Then the guy got out, looked around like he was, I don't know whether he was high on drugs or what. They said they thought that's kind of the way he acted. He looked around and then he tried to run. But the security guys kind of kept him from leaving, and then he tried to get back in the van, but there was so much debris behind the van, he couldn't pull the van back.
My sister, supposedly got hit by the van, and she has chest pain right now, and she's at the hospital right now.
Now, that person you just heard from, Mr. Mendez, that is the relative of the 41-year-old who we understand, and now we understand that person is in critical condition. That is a woman who is hospitalized right now with severe chest pains. Let's take this picture back live. You can see investigators right now are kind of cordoning off this area. And what we understand is that store was very busy with holiday shoppers when that van crashed through. You can see it's probably about 3 lengths of the van all the way into the store. And anybody who's been in any Ross store knows that they're all laid out probably pretty much the same. There is a check stand right there. It went right through that and then through several sections in the front. So there are so many unanswered questions right now. But the most important thing is the people who are critically hurt right now are being attended to between Highline Medical Center and Harborview Medical Center. The 39-year-old driver is arrested, and we understand he's facing charges of driving while intoxicated. They said he showed signs of drug impairment. They're taking care of that. Apparently, the woman who is in the passenger seat with all of the stolen goods that are in the van, that's part of the crime scene as well. They're under arrest. So this scene is being contained right now. But again, this situation is just now developing, and we're going to get more questions answered for this during the course of the newscast. But for now, we're going to toss it back to you. This is live from the breaking news scene, the Ross Dress for Less on First Avenue South in Burien. Monique?
Hopefully you'll have positive updates about those people involved, Gary. Thank you so much. We'll get back to you as soon as you